Jose Rizal, a great philosopher. Jose Rizal, or Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Rialonda. Rizal, born on June 19, 1861, in Calamba, Laguna, Philippines. He was baptized at the Catholic Church in Calamba by the parish priest Reverend Rufino Juliantes with Reverend Pedro Hosanas. Rizal is the seventh of the 11th child who had 9 sisters and 1 brother. Both parents of Rizal, Francisco Mercado Rizal and Teodora Alonso Rialonda, are well educated and belong to a distinguished family. From an early age, Jose Rizal showed a precocious intelligence as a child. The first teacher of Rizal was his mother, who was a remarkable woman of a good character and fine culture. At the age of 3, Rizal learned the alphabet and prayers and could read and write poetry at the age of 5. His parents sought and paid for a private tutor to teach Rizal Spanish and Latin. With his father's request, Rizal took the examination in Colegio de San Juan de Latran, but the Dominican friars asked him to transfer to another school due to his bold and radical questions. At the age of 11, Jose Rizal enrolled at Ateneo de Municipal de Manila. He earned an excellent marks in his different subjects, like in philosophy, physics, chemistry, and natural history. He graduated as one of the 9 students in his class declared sobresaliente or outstanding. Rizal went to Spain to study medicine in Universidad Central de Madrid. And Rizal went to France to observe how medicine practiced there. 3 months later, Rizal went back to Madrid and thought about publishing a book that exposed the colonial relationship of Spain and Philippines. Rizal's philosophies in life. Educational philosophy. Rizal's concept of the importance of education is clearly enunciated in his work entitled Instruction, wherein he sought improvements in the school and in the methods of teaching. For Rizal, the mission of education is to elevate the country to the highest seat of glory and to develop the people's mentality. Rizal claimed that only through education could the country be saved from domination. Rizal's philosophy of education, therefore, centers on the provision of proper motivation in order to bolster the great social forces that make education a success, to create in the youth an initiate desire to cultivate his intelligence and give him life eternal. Religious philosophy. He developed a life philosophy of a different nature, a philosophy of a different Catholic practice intermingled with the use of truth and reason. Rizal did not agree with the prevailing Christian propagation of the faith by fire and sword. Rizal did not believe in the Catholic dogma that salvation was only for Catholics and that outside Christianity. Salvation was not possible even if Catholics composed only a small minority of the world's religious group. Nor did he believe in the Catholic observation of fasting as sacrifice, nor in the sales of such religious items as crosses, medals, rosaries, and that like in order to propagate the faith and raise church funds. All of this and a lot more of evidences of Rizal's religious philosophy. Ethical philosophy. The study of human behavior as to whether it is good or bad, or whether it is right or wrong, is the science upon which Rizal's ethical philosophy was based. The fact that the Philippines was under Spanish domination during Rizal's time led him to subordinate his philosophy to moral problems. This trend was much more needed at the time because the Spaniards and the Filipinos had different and sometimes conflict morals. Rizal has recognized not only the forces of good and evil, but the tendency towards good and evil. To support his ethical philosophy in life, Rizal censured the friars for abusing the advantage of their positions as spiritual leaders and the ignorance of fanaticism of the native. Counseled the Filipino not to resent a defect attribute to them but accept same as reasonable and just. Censured the priests who preach greed and wrong morality and advised everyone that love and respect for parents must be strictly observed. Advised the masses that the object of marriage was the happiness and love of the couple and not financial gain. Social philosophy. Rizal's social philosophy dealt with man in society, influential factor in human life, racial problems, social constants, social justice, social ideals, poverty and wealth, reforms, youth and greatness, history and progress, future Philippines. All of those serve as Rizal's guide in his continuous effort to make over his beloved Philippines. Rizal was executed and died on December 30, 1896. Jose Protasio Rizal Mercado y Alonso Villalonga is the Philippine great philosopher and national hero.